Here. Oh, I love a touch screen. Oh, there I am. And I look like, like I'm trying to find something. All right. Good. It's working. All right. All right. All right. Fine. There we are. And now it's for real. Okay. Let me come back here with, I see there are some messages here. No. All right. Okay, so here we are. Maria said there was no sound, but is she here? Yeah. Can you not listen to me? Oh, Maria, yeah. Maria, can you listen now? Because I know that you are not on camera because you said you would be working. But I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Because Alicia can, so.
Yes, yes, yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine, good, good. Now it's fine then. Well, I want to apologize. Vivi, join us. Why there? Jackie, hey. Oh yeah, good afternoon. Look. Amazing, Jen. I love that you're here. So something important, I want to first of all apologize for taking a little longer to start our meeting today. And in full honesty, I think you noticed that there were a few tech challenges going on. And yesterday they went like to the peak of tech challenges. My computer died. So I was working in the afternoon right after our live, and the computer went down. And then I tried to really resurrect it for a while. Then I realized that's it. It's not gonna work. So I had to go out. I had to step out and buy a new computer, or we wouldn't be able to be here. But then setting up and all of that took a little long because it's a lot, right? But we are here. We're here with a whole new setup, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to work for the better. So let's not talk about the past. Let's move ahead and say we're ready to style up today. Super ready. And today we will actually discuss some aspects that are extremely applicable in our day-to-day lives, and things that you will implement immediately, like as we speak. So before we get started, I will give you a quick task. You will just like stick your arm around, and I want you to find one, it can be a piece of accessory like a necklace, or it can be a belt, it can be a chain, it can be even like some power cord, anything that is long and that you can do. And I'm gonna show you now how you can do this with your cell phone cord for the charger. Okay, so this, I just wanted to have something that is, it doesn't even have to be long. It doesn't even have to be long. This length is more than enough. Okay, so just go ahead. Hey, Valerie, so good to see you. Isabel, welcome, welcome. Grace is joining us here, amazing. So I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to, oh, let me say something else. As you get this, try to get also anything around you that like of two very different colors. Two very different colors, okay? This is crucial though. I want everyone having whatever it is that is a little longer than your face, let's put it, okay? But something like this. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just like once, like 30 seconds, go ahead and grab it. And I'll grab it here as well. My magic box. So have you got it already? So now while you're getting it, yesterday, we talked a lot about authority and approachability again, okay? We also learned what beauty really, really means. And we talked about how much as you present yourself the best way possible, as you honor who you are the best way possible, you will become the house where God shines. That's the true beauty. That's what's already in you. And that's what we're doing together this week with our different goals of being more approachable or more authoritative because of the businesses that we do have. But that's something very, very important that I have to say right now. Some of you reported that your goal is to look more authoritative. Others said, I struggle to look more approachable. And I do have to say that because like I know what it is like to have to look more approachable. Sometimes I think it's harder than looking more authoritative. Because when you have to look more approachable, you will also have to mind your gestures, your tone of voice. You have to put on a smile. So it's not like clothes salon will do the job for you. And it's very, very easy that people who feel a little self-conscious close themselves a little more as well. So opening up, being more approachable in the way you behave is super important for those of us who really want to look more friendly. And we have to understand that because our appearance is already doing the job, great, phone cord is there, amazing, Lisa needs to look more approachable. So we have to remember that that comes like from the way we present ourselves, not only in our appearance. When we deal with image, and this is something that when I'm training my ladies to become image consultants, we discuss that quite a lot. Image is a combination of many things. It's not only what you put on yourself. It's not only clothes. It's not only grooming. Image has to do with your language. It has to do with your gestures. It has to do with your posture as well. So we very easily look at people who are like a little curved and they have this posture that is like bending front a bit as people who are more insecure. And because they are more insecure, we believe they are not as capable. It may be that this is not being insecure for you. It may be that you have been sitting badly all day and you're tired. So remembering like that you do have, did you hear the click? You do have to like stand up tall and really be in a posture that you will look the part is actually part of your image. As you move around, and this is something that you may have noticed. So Lisa, I don't know if you are like me, but many times people who have a more like severe, like commanding natural image, they also have a more commanding and severe tone of voice and movements. So when I am talking, you see that I move my hands a lot. If you hold my hands, I'm sorry, I can't say a word. It's impossible for me to really communicate if my hands are tight. But let me look more cheerful as well. If I can move along, right? I will usually move my arms in a very fast way and firm. So by the way I'm moving my arms, I'm also saying I am not that delicate and I'm not that easy, like I am a little harsh. So people like us have to think, okay, what is the best way for me to move my arms and have people feel that I am welcoming them, even though in my natural way, I'm more of a person that goes like this, and fast and all of that. So this is something we have to have in our brains, because our appearance, it's something that we go, we change clothes, we groom our hair, and that's it. It's done for the day. But moving, speaking, smiling is something that you have to do over and over again. It's not something that you do in the morning and it's ready to go for the day. You have to revisit that ever, like all the time, every time you are interacting with someone, or even when you're not, and you're just in a position where you want people to see you and to relate to you and come talk to you, maybe, or sometimes in a Zoom room, or sometimes when you are with people in meetings when we go in person. Okay, so remember that when people are, when they want to look more approachable, you have to work a little harder than those people who want to look more authoritative. To those people who want to look more authoritative, your image will come first. So if you think of it and you add that to your image, and if you think of the balance, so, and this is something that yesterday I spoke a little bit about with the VIPs, but let me see if I can pull this here and share the screen again, because today I have not yet downloaded everything to the computer, so everything's in the cloud. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. No. I have to go to my OneDrive and open the file to show you. So we are going to recap a little bit of what we saw yesterday, but now we're going to go a little deeper. And I want you to really pay attention to what you will learn today, because that's something you will be using all the time, everywhere you go. Okay, where's the folder? This is so different when you're using a new computer. There's so much that you have to get used to. Okay, here we go. And then here we go. And then here. And then that was, oh, yeah. So this is what I want to share with you. Let me come back here. And I want to go straight to this one here. So can you see my screen? Can you see that I have there like levels of authority, and then I have the design elements that we choose that will help us when we want to look more approachable or more authoritative. So when we have more, that means we will be more authoritative, because we're talking about levels of authority. Where we have less is where we have what will help us be less authoritative, therefore more approachable. So if you look at both columns, you will see that what you have in one is a direct opposite to what you have in the other. So you have darker colors and then you have lighter colors, meaning that in the middle, you have, guess what? Medium colors, okay? So if you already have a lot of dark colors in your own natural image, and we're going to be talking a lot about color today, then this is when you do not have to worry that much about deeper colors. You will worry about them because you want them to coordinate with your natural beauty, but not because you want to look more authoritative. You will naturally look authoritative, so you can tone down the colors a bit. On the other hand, if you look naturally like more approachable because you have lighter colors in your appearance, then if you want to look authoritative, you have to go further to the darker colors. But because you have light coloring, you cannot go that further. You cannot go too dark. You cannot go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you're going to be fighting your natural colors, and you will then call attention to what you're wearing and not to yourself. So do you see how there is, like I said the other day, really science in fashion? So this is why the style nerd is here to help you. And then like the same goes for each of those design elements, right? So if we see the three first, actually the three first, and then the 1, 2, 3, and then the seventh one is about colors. You have like solid colors, but then it's relating to the kind of fabric. So let's just like focus on the three first. They all refer to color characteristics. And then this is when we women have a huge advantage to men, like, because we see color in a much broader spectrum. So for us, it's easier to realize the subtle difference between one shade of blue to another shade of blue. Okay, are you following here? Let me see. I want to make sure that I see you all. My VIP is here. If you can have your camera on, it's a lot better. If not, I totally understand. But I just want to sometimes use you as examples so you can be the hot seats. And for that, I do have to look at you and make comments on what you are wearing. If I don't see you, I cannot do it. Okay, so if you can, show yourselves, it's much better. If you cannot, I will totally understand, and I will work with those who can, no problems. So back here, if you think about contrast, okay, I think I mentioned this a little bit with the VIPs the other day, and I want to bring this to the big group as well. What is contrast? If you were to define the word alone, contrast is what is different. It is something that when you look, and also contrast is only possible when you have things to compare. Okay, so it's the contrast of one thing over the other, right? And you can contrast to people, you can compare and contrast like to cars, and whatever you have around you, you can always contrast against. When you're talking about color, the more contrast, the more difference, therefore, the more distance and also authority. The closer the colors are, the closer people will feel. So if in your own image, you look very similar, people will feel closer to you. They will feel like they can connect easier. If on the other hand, your colors are distant, contrasting, then people will feel like they are set apart from you, right? So I'm gonna keep this here. Just wanna look at what's happening in the group. Let me see what comments I have to, there we go. Okay, so for years I worked in pretty large companies, so dressing in the more column is what I filled my wardrobe with. Now that I'm thinking of starting my own business, I probably need to go more to, yeah, that's how it goes. And you know what? It will depend, even like with your new business, there's a chance that depending on what you want to achieve on a certain day, you will choose more of the more than of the less, right? I don't look good in lighter colors. I told, oh, so you already know your colors. That's amazing. And I tend to avoid prints and curved lights. Yet I am not very curvy in my body type. So that must be why I'm perceived as, yes, well, the authority can be perceived because of several different characteristics. Color is one of them, curves is another, right? And they are the easiest ones for people to look at you and have that perception. They're the ones that come first, and they're really very, very contributing to that factor. So there is a great chance, right, that because of not as much curves, you are perceived as more authoritative as well. That is very common. So much so that it brings me to in Portuguese we have a saying like that every like chubby person is friendly. They are the funny ones. If you talk like if you see comedians, and if you see a comedian who is skinny and a comedian who is like chubby, you will most likely have more fun laughing with the one who's chubby than the one who's skinny. And they may be telling the same joke. There is this thing that makes people who have rounder features more approachable, more friendly. They're people that we relate with like more, it's much faster to really like relate to them. So how can I figure out my colors, the ones that work best with my skin tones and undertones? I love your question because it has, like a lot to do, like if not everything to do with what we're going to be discussing right now. What about looking approachable while addressing an audience that sees me as a relatable expert in a particular field? Teresa, I would like to know more about like your question, because like the way to look approachable is exactly by using these design elements that I just mentioned, right? By the way, what screen are you seeing when I'm sharing now? Are you seeing my PowerPoint still, or you're seeing my Facebook that is open? Facebook? Oh, okay. So it's now because Zoom does that sometimes. And then Beth also asked, great question. I would like to know that too. So about colors. I teach my consultants to do color analysis, okay? Color analysis is something that is extremely subjective, and then you have to understand what you look like, but you have to put that together with your personality and goals. If you have had color analysis with someone who has not addressed your personality and goals, there is a chance it will not work for you, even though you will look good in your colors, okay? So when you do your color analysis, and what we're going to do today is going to take you like a step further, but it will not give you like 100% accuracy, because to have 100% accuracy, we all have to be in the same room, under the same lighting, using the same fabrics, and looking like from the same perspective. So that is just so hard that it makes it very hard to say it's 100% accurate. What is 100% accurate is that once you identify the colors that work good on you and that can be helpful in your goals, those will be your best colors. So we're going to have a big head start today. When we have something in a program together, I can fine tune that with you. because then I will be looking at you and I will be testing you with the color cards that I have, which I cannot do right now. But it goes like this. Yesterday, I mentioned that colors are divided in like cool and warm, right? We also have some colors that are more intermediary. And then I mentioned that we have some universal colors. The universal colors are colors that most likely will look good on most people. So when you go shopping for colors, if you go shopping for the universal colors, there's a great chance that those will look good on you. And also you are not worried about like, are they going to be fashionable in 2 years? Because universal colors, they are there all the time, forever and ever. And they will always be making clothes in universal colors. All right. So the universal colors, there are 9. They're like watermelon red, lavender, periwinkle blue, teal, medium gray, that orangey pink or pinkish orange, like that's kind of a salmon, the off-white, and I'm almost there to the 9 of them, but you got the picture, right? Those are the universal colors. Color perception is different from a person to another. So when we look at color, like now we're looking at color, I have a camera in front of me, I have my lighting, I have the computer settings, and you have over there your display settings, the lighting that you have. So Facebook page is still, let me see, is it still streaming? Let me maybe stop sharing. Tell me if it's, is it okay now on Facebook? Are we back? Is brown another color that pretty much everyone looks good? No, brown is actually a very difficult color to wear, I would say. It's a very difficult color because brown is a color that will show if it's cool or nothing now. For me, it's okay. Can you see the Facebook streaming? Is it okay for you? Because for me, it's fine. Well, it seems that it's fine. So let's wait and see what people will say. So, so brown, when it's a warm brown, it will totally kill the image of someone who's got like cool coloring. Okay, now we see you. Great. If the brown is, on the other hand, cool, that will be terrible for someone who's got warm coloring. So brown is a color that you have to really be careful when you buy anything, or when you dye your hair brunette, or when you are a brunette who has had highlights and wants to go back to being brunette. It's very hard to get the brown again. Very, very hard. All right. So you all have this here. We will use your cord, your necklace, whatever you have. I'm going to use my own necklace when I do it. But I want to, just because we're talking about color, go back to color and really finish this so that we can learn it really well today. I don't want you to have any questions about it. So please keep sending your questions in the comments. And here, my VIPs, please, you can voice your questions. You don't have to wait, you know, and to have an opportunity. You can just like say, hey, Lacey, and it's all good. What we have here are scarves. And you see that I have very different blues. So what we do in image consulting, when we do color analysis, and I'm not doing color analysis now, I'm showing you how you can do it yourself at home, because I use drapes that are professionally cut for that purpose. And because I know you will not have drapes at home, I'm using something that I believe is possible for you to really have and try and look at yourself in the mirror and see how it looks. Okay, so let me see. all of these. And I want to find this as well. And some pink. And some, look, I don't know how many I got, but it's many enough for us to play. So, look, I don't think I need pink, but that's a different pink. Do you see how different this pink is? And do you see how this pink is brighter than this? So what I would do is, I know that this color is really a good color for me. But is every pink good? Maybe not. So I will go in front of very good lighting and compare. Well, this is still good, right? So this is probably some color that I would invest in because it does look good on me. And then I wanted to compare to this one. And don't you feel like I have lost power now?
I think the video froze. I'm not sure if that's just for me.
No, I
For me
lost it
too.
too.
Are we back? We're back? Okay. So let me ask again here. When I have this on, I know that it's a good color, and you agree with me, right? Now, if I have this, you still feel like, yes, I got the power, right? Then when we do this, what happened? I love Alicia's face. I totally lost my power here, right? So when we go here, again, it's like, really? Where is Lissy? What's happening here, right? Let me tell you this. The reason I do have these lighter colors is because I sometimes like to go light with my hair. And then my contrast is lighter. So, okay, that would work, right? But right now, no way. When we go deeper, this is supposed to be purple. I don't think you will see it. You see it blue right now, but this is purple. I think here on the sides, you can see a little better. This is purple. It's not working well on camera. So let's move on. Now look at me when I wear something yellow. And please don't run away, okay? Don't run away. It's like, I love your faces. I love your faces. This does not work. This does not work for me at all. Except if, and then this is something I want you to bear in mind. When you go to, yeah, I know, well, the computer, like the lights, the camera, they all change the perception of color. This is why we do have to be in the same environment when we're dealing with fabric. If we are not if you're not in person, you have to have that done by a professional image consultant. Maria has had her online color guidelines, and it's so much more accurate because I have her on picture and my color cards on the screen, and I put them together under the same light and under the same computer display and everything. Then I can have a very good idea of her coloring. But like when we are playing with things like this, it's very hard. So let's go to greens. We have, now it looks blue.
Yeah.
Let's do this one. Okay, this is the teal. Teal is definitely a color that works great on me, but it will work very well on most people. Teal is a color that is a very good go-to color. You may just adjust if it's lighter or darker, depending on your natural contrast. But choosing teal is a very good choice many times, many times. So let's go to now the real blues, and I hope they look blue this time. So this is a very light, it's like a baby blue. And you will see that I'm not washed out, right? Totally washed out. Oh, you like it? Let me remember where I got it. White, black and white, that store. There's a store that's black and white, right? So I got it at black and white. I love it. And then there is this blue. Now you get the power back on me. This is, again, a very good color. And then I can go deeper with this, which is good, but makes me a little bit more distant and also ages me a bit. So color is super powerful. Look at what happens. Oh, there's this. It's a little bright. I don't know if this will show here. This is also good because it's really bright. So when you're choosing color, when you go out shopping, what you do have to do is not a fan of yellow. You know, like there are two kinds of people, like those people who love yellow and those who hate yellow. It's very hard for people to just like go with yellow, like, okay, yellow. No, people either like it and love it and wear it, or they're like, nah, not for me at all. So when you go shopping for clothes and you see that rack of like, I don't know how many reds and greens and whites and yellows, if you know the colors that look good on you, how much time are you saving by just going straight to the rack that you have to? Don't waste time. Do not waste your time. Know the colors that look good on you. And then you go shopping and you buy the ones that will actually be the optimal colors for your image, for your goals. All right, let me look here and see what questions we got. Yeah, that's the name of the store. Black market, white label. That's right, you got it. You look good in jewel tones. Yes, just because you mentioned it, I will say I am a winter, so that's why. The cut of your dress or vest. Oops. Does power equal energy, or is it authority? Interesting question, Teresa. Very interesting question. So energy in terms of color is found more in how bright or muted the color is than necessarily how light or dark. Do you get it? It's about being bright or muted. Muted colors are soothing colors, are more, there is this thing about like being more royal. It's as like they are exuberant, but they are quiet. So if you need energy, brighter colors will give you that. If you need energy and you go with muted colors, you're not getting it. And that's about like the psychology of color. There are colors that they will give you that power, and some colors will drain you some power, right? We also have to learn something super important. Although we tend to look, that's something curious. Actually, the whole theory about image consulting, let's go back to some science here. The whole theory about image color analysis in image consulting started like back, I think, in the early 1900s, when I'm terrible at remembering names. I don't think that's what's important right now, so just go with the theory. People usually like better colors that naturally go well with them. That is something that is usually, but because of different color perception, many times people look at color, think they're seeing something when in fact it's not. Some people perceive color like with much more variety than others. There is a shrimp, I think it's mantis, the name of the type of shrimp, and that shrimp has 24 color perceptors in it. Us, we have 4. So a shrimp can see color better than we can. We are losing the battle to shrimps over there, right? So I just wish I had that same ability to see color. For now, I'm grateful that I study color so that I can see the nuances here and there, but that is a hard aspect to master in image consulting, okay? So this is why we usually say that it's extremely important for someone to have their color analysis done by a professional, because the color perception is really hard for most people, right? It requires a lot of study. Well, let me see. When I had a skin analysis before done, I was told I have some yellow in it. Therefore, does yellow clash with? Oh, so that's when we talk about image consulting, like color analysis. It's not about your skin color. It's not about your skin tone. It's about your undertone. And undertone is what we call temperature, which is actually the color that comes to the surface when your skin has that color coming to you because of light. So light comes to the color and it's projected to your face, and the color that happens when you have that color projected to your face is what we call undertone. So that's what shows. And then that's the reaction of your face to color and light. Okay, so you may have a cool, warm, or more intermediate undertone, and that's only found when we do go with the analysis and we realize what happens, what shows more when you have some color contrasting with your face. That's how it goes. Shrimp must be able to perceive colors of 100%. Yeah. It's likely, yeah, my eyes are hazel as well. Shrimp, blah, blah, blah. I've heard that the colors that we see is actually the lack of all of the other colors being present. So no, I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but what happens is there is only color where there is light. If you turn off the lights, there will be no color. Everything is dark. So that's why we say that black is not a color. Black is actually the absence of light, therefore no color. And black is the #1 color to avoid as you age, because that's shadow. And what we want to avoid on our face is exactly dark spots and shade, right? We don't want anything shadowing our face. We want it to be as smooth as possible. That's why we have a zoom filter to help with that, so it looks super smooth. And we don't want it to look darker than it is. And by darker, I mean like there are spots on our face that will look darker because of the colors we're wearing. If the skin is even, if it looks even, it's good. If you have like spotted areas, it's bad, regardless of your skin tone or undertone. So color is light. If there is light, there is color. If there is no light, there is no color. That's the big thing about color. And that fits so when with your message, we are the light. Yes, we are the light. I love it. I love it that you got it this way. Amazing. Love it. So about color here, my VIPs, please let me know your questions. Open up your mics.
You were going to talk about nails. I was very fascinated about that, with color in the nails. Where does that fit in?
Question. I love your question because regardless of what you have on your body, you do have to know the colors that suit better. So nails are there, a direct contrast to your skin, undertone, tone, color, everything. It has got to be some color that will be in harmony with your natural coloring. Especially because you will change clothes, but you will not change your nail color. At least not every day, right? And if you are like me, you would have maybe like the seasonal color. I have the color I go to during spring and summer. Then I have another color that I go to during winter and fall. They change, like they get like deeper or lighter or brighter. So, but they are always colors that go well with my natural coloring. If your natural coloring is soft, you should go with soft colors for your nail polish. If you're bright, go with bright colors. If you're cool, go with cool colors. If you're warm, guess what? Go with warm colors. But that is true also about makeup. All the makeup wear, like even more than nails, it's on your face. It's showing there directly, being like in evidence and enhancing your face features. If there is something you cannot go wrong with ever, it's your makeup color. How can you make sure you're never wrong? Replicate colors that are already on you. If you want to go bold, and if you really want to like play with color, like that is not color, that like is a natural color on you, you gotta learn about color, you gotta learn about your natural coloring, and you gotta really like do your legwork to make sure that you're doing the right thing. If you just want to look good and not worry about it, just look at your hair, your eyes, your skin, your lips. Those colors will always work well on you. Always. If you're not going with any of these four, you better talk to a professional. When you're talking about makeup, eyeshadow, lips, whatever, you gotta talk then to a professional, because you may choose the wrong one, and it's so easy. And like I said, especially those people who have cool coloring, the market has a lot more warm color makeup than cool color makeup. So it is tricky, and you really have to remember I told you about the light. Go under the light. Make sure that it's not like changing the color, that you see, that what you see is what you get. You gotta make sure that what you see is what you get. Okay, so great question, Alicia. I love that. Maria, Tracy, Grace, what questions can I answer for you? I typically wear very understated colors. Skin tone. Yeah, that's when you go with very light and soft and very skin tone colors, there is like not a chance that you will go wrong. But people who like to play with blues, greens, yellows, and pink, red, these colors, you really have to learn about the color that you're choosing so that you make sure it's not going to clash with your image. Jackie says, I'm menopausal, so my skin looks red, flushed a lot of the time. Oh, where is it? It went up. Oh my. Hi, what did it change? Okay, I missed the question. If you could just maybe copy and paste so I can finish reading it. If I'm a winter, then I should wear bright nail color, not necessarily bright, because I don't know if you're bright or not, but definitely cool and more intense, not necessarily bright, but intense colors. I really wanted to answer that, but like going back to that point, When we change our hormones along life, our color tend to change as well, right? It will. It's something you cannot control. Things change. Our body will change, and this is why having a silhouette analysis helps as well. But as you learn about like what your natural color is, it's easier to play down all of these menopausal effects and so on. So what I suggest is if you see that on your face, find an area in your body that you can really, really see the color well, and try to see how that color works on, say, your arm or even your neck, and then choose those colors, right? Of course, you should then avoid some reds, because those reds will make you look even redder, right? I've worn the wrong color lipstick before. I was dating a man who showed a photo of me to a makeup artist, and she told him I was red. Really? He did that. I heard the lipstick with blue tones makes your teeth look whiter. So what makes your teeth look whiter is definitely wearing a color that corresponds to your skin tone and teeth. And that's something like a tip about white. It's best if you never wear anything that is whiter than your teeth, because your teeth will look yellow or darker because that white is too bright. So that's very interesting to think of. Knowing for warmer or cooler terms, foundation, blush, and lipstick. Yes, I love finding eyeshadows that complement the eye color specifically. Yeah, you can always go also like that's a little bit more technical, but like the opposite color in the color wheel and things like that, which really help. You have some contrast in your eyes. Oh, I'm menopausal, so my skin looks red, flush a lot of the time. I'm naturally very pale. So how do I balance my colors to suit? I think what I answered before is exactly what the answer was. Yes, that's how you go. And also, I have to be honest with you. I told you before, I'm more of a natural style person in the way that I dress and communicate as well. And because of that, I've never been much fond of makeup. I've always found that makeup made me look like someone I was not, because I'm very natural. However, my friend Jackie and others who may have the same issue, as I began to age, I realized that makeup actually did me a favor. So I stopped complaining about makeup and I started cheering for makeup, because it does help. And especially if you have uneven skin tone, go with some foundation to just like make it even and make it look smooth. You don't have like to learn so much about makeup. If you have good foundation, lipstick, and mascara, that is like so much better than having nothing. So like only these three things together will do the trick for those people who really do not like makeup. If you are okay with wearing more makeup, I would say some blush, some eyeliner, but like, you know that my makeup is not major. Today I actually did a little bit more of eyeshadows, and but I love an eyeliner and mascara. That's like my go-to every day. Even if I'm not wearing anything else, I have that on. I have a friend who once said, like, we were gathering and he said, you know what, Lizzie, I think you were born with mascara. I think like you were a baby who came out of your mom like, hey, big lashes, something like this. And I wouldn't disagree. I wouldn't disagree because I do like them. So any more questions here? How are we doing? Let's go back to the VIPs. Questions, Maria, Tracy, Grace, let me answer your questions. Hello.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, but no questions, fine. Tracy, no questions. Grace, no questions. All right. So let's move ahead to the cord. Why did this crazy lady told you to get some power cord or whatever today, right? And this is something that will make such an impact that you will go like, how come I never thought about it? okay? The science of dressing is not always, but sometimes a lot related to math. So there is the math of style, right? And I don't like to measure anything when I'm talking, like sometimes we have some measurements that we do have to take, but many times I just prefer to go with something that is more natural and that makes us feel like more human. So what I want to show you is like what happens when I don't have my necklace on first. And then I want your comments, like, and there is no angry face, there is no thumbs down, but if you like it, go ahead and say you like it. But if you don't, please just say, ugh. Do you realize the difference, like without the necklace now? What difference did it make?
It looks empty. The space looks empty.
I love that you said it looks empty. Some consultants like to say that you need to fill the void space, right? So this here is not interesting. And what happens is we do not help our audience look at us and focus. So we do have to help them because we want them to be looking at us. Right now, I'm not as interesting to look at as I was before, right? So if I do this, it's even worse. Now I'm even more uninteresting, right? One of the biggest mistakes people make is you get your necklace and you do this. Look where it went, down here. When you look at me right now, please, Facebookers, type in. When you look at me right now, what are you looking at? Where are your eyes going to? My VIPs can just say that. Let me see what Facebookers will say, but I want to hear from you. Where are you looking at now?
Your stomach.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I really wanted you to look at my stomach. I'm so happy right now. No way, says nobody ever that. How come? We don't want people looking at our stomach, right? Yeah, my breast, abdomen, like people are no longer looking at me, but they're looking down at my stomach, right? So is this good placement for your accessory? No way, it's not, right? You can actually, what you can do is you can wear this and another one, right? And then this is just there like for fun. And then this other one will be working as your balance point. But how do you find out what your balance point is? I'm gonna keep it this way so that I don't have as much information going on here. But how do you find out what your balance point is? Back here, let's do high. So that's very easy. And this is when you're going to use your cord, your ring, your string, your chain, whatever you have over there. And I hope all of you do have something. Even if you do not, like if you are wearing a necklace, you can just grab the necklace that you're wearing and you can do that, okay? So this is about your balance point. It's not about focal point. The focal point, yes, the focal point is where you want people to look at, which if I wanted you to look at my stomach is where I would have my necklace hanging, and that's not what I want. So what you do is you grab this very loosely and you just find your hairline up here. And you have it beginning at the hairline. And then straight forward like this, you just see how long it is, right? So you hold to the length of it, of your face, the full length of your face, okay? And then now, what you will do is you will take this top part here and just let it fall. The length where it falls at is your balance point. So my top actually has the perfect balance point for my face, meaning this is the perfect depth of a neckline, or the optimal placement for a necklace if I only will go with one point. Because, no, what's that? I grabbed the measure tape. That's fine. My face is, yeah, you don't have to measure. I don't need the number, right? I don't need the number for that. Like I said, I don't like to make us look like numbers. We're not numbers, we're people. So like if you just go with the measure tape and you just see, like, don't look at the number, just take the measure tape and see like how long it is and then place it back here, just let it fall. That will do the trick, no problems. And well, most times all you need is that first balance point. But if like me today, you have your neckline at the very full balance point, you need to fill the void, right? Then you need to fill the void. And you cannot fill the void by placing something exactly on top of your neckline. That is the mistake number one when you're wearing a necklace, letting that fall on top of your neckline. No, those are two different things. They have to have their two different spaces. They deserve different attention. They deserve, like, everything needs and deserves perfect placement, okay? So what you will do is you will figure out like what the second balance point is. For that, we have several ways to do it. The easiest one is you take the same measurement, okay, from the top of your hairline to the bottom of your chin. You just have like half of it. That's half of it, okay? You just fold it, then you have half of it. And then you come to your collarbone here, your collarbone. You place it here and you see the length, the half length. So from the collarbone, side of your face, on the side of your face, okay, not there, not here, like on the side of your face, you place it and then you let it fall down here. This is your second balance point. That's the second optimal placement for a neckline or a necklace. So if you have a neckline, it will be a necklace. If you have a necklace, it will be the neckline. And that is where my necklace is falling. So this is how you fill the void, making your face show, not looking like you're being hung. This is terrible. A choker is not the best for your image ever, except if you have a very long neck and then your focal point falls on the base of your neck because you have a long neck. Then yes, that's like the only opportunity in which a choker is really flattering. Other than that, chokers are not flattering at all, okay? They may be fashionable, but fashionable does not equal flattering, okay? We have to remember that. Therese is amazed. That's wonderful. What if you have a widow's peak versus straight line? Not a problem. Go with like the widow's peak is never like too deep. It will work the same way. I'm wearing a V-neck top with the perfect length. Great. That's fascinating. You would never have thought of that. And that's so easy to apply, right? It makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. It's like when you're buying something, this is why people who love turtlenecks, please, when you're wearing a turtleneck, you do not have this balance point optimizing your image. So you need, it's mandatory if you're wearing a turtleneck, you do have to wear a necklace at the length of your balance point. You must, if not, you become like it looks as if you didn't have a neck. It looks as if your body started up here, and you must contemplate this area to make the frame on your face so that people look at you and want to keep looking at you. Okay? A lot, huh? Jackie, Teresa, I'm amazed. This is fantastic. Yoo-hoo! No turtlenecks. I'm all about the t-shirts. T-shirts is about the same thing. Careful, because the t-shirts, they're up here. They're usually above your collarbone, and no balance point is above the collarbone. So you gotta think about a balance point, a necklace or something, when you wear any sort of neckline that is not flattering your focal point. Okay, you gotta think about that all the time. Okay, so I want to see the hearts, and I want to see the thumbs up if you liked like this tip. I told you that it was going to be some amazing tip today, and I hope that has really helped you think about what you should choose when you are going to speak to people, when you're going to interact with people, when you're going to even look at yourself in the mirror. Like, seriously, you deserve that care. You deserve to look at yourself and love what you see. So before I go on here, something super important. I have to spin the wheel because I had those computer issues and I actually could not. So I have two complimentary coaching calls with me to discuss your image that I will spin the wheel right now. And there are some important things that I have to say. Let's spin the wheel first and see. I'm going to share the screen here. Let me find where the wheel is. It's where is the wheel? Where is the wheel? Okay, I think it's here. Let me find it. No. Oh, wow, I can't believe that it's, well, no problems. I'm gonna open the website again because it seems that, oh, it may have, did you know that the how do you say, the browsers now, they have they put the pages to sleep? Did you know that they do it? So let me see here. I will just open again, not a problem. Bear with me. Is feeling will online. And this is it. Super quick. We'll do it again, and then you will see that I will add everybody who did the picture assignment. So these are the picture assignments, one entry, and everybody who did the video assignment will have 2 entries. So that's 1, except for Noelle, who has already scheduled her on. So once again, let's do this. So you may be seeing your name up there. If you are not seeing your name, it's because you have not either done the video or shared your images. So there we go. Let me update the wheel. All names are there. 2 entries for those who did the video and 1 entry for those who had the picture that they shared. And there we go. Can you see it? Like, is the wheel showing? Okay. There we go. Let's see who's gonna have, like, it's 2 people who are gonna get the complimentary coaching call with me. Vivi, amazing. So Vivi got 1. Let's then just remove Vivi from here once. And then I think we have Vivi 3 times because she And yes. 4 times. Way to go. Viv has been doing all assignments. Fantastic. So let's see who gets the first one. It will be, there we go. Oh, there was one Vivi there. So we just like, we'll forget about that. No problems. Valerie. So Valerie and Vivi, you're gonna please get in touch with me so that we can schedule your complimentary image and style coaching call. I love it. Amazing. So happy for you, ladies. So happy. Someone said I look terrible. Really? Who said that? Talk to me. If you said you look horrible, I want to know why. Let's talk about that. Well, let me see. Oopsie. Let me go back here and stop sharing here. Very well. So today's a very, very special day. And I want to share big news with you. And it is that you have been with me now for 5 days, those who had the inaugural dates that we have, like, it was supposed to have been like a cocktail. It was more like a very long talk about beauty and God and image and all of those aspects. Then we have learned about approachability, about authority, now about colors. We still have so much to learn. We're going to talk more about the style math. We will discuss that a little bit tomorrow. There is a real case story that I want to share with you of this guy that it will be like really surprising. I'm bringing that tomorrow. On the weekend, we are going to have someone join us, and we are going to talk about something we have not discussed here, which is like the bottoms. And there will be surprises for you. So I will have a meeting with her today to make sure that she can be either on Saturday or Sunday. And I will let you know, because you will want to be with us, because you may actually get some new pants for free. And it's going to be really, really interesting, because what she offers is like, you can buy online and it's made to measure. It's super fantastic what she does, but she will tell you about that. And it's like something that I want to offer you, because you deserve to learn more and to know more and to really, really have the best image possible. So what I want to do also is, for the first time ever, I'm going to offer an image and style coaching program for people who do not want to become image consultants, but actually want to look the part to make their business really successful. Okay, so it's going to be a 5-week coaching program. We're going to cover color power, the style of style math. We're going to cover your goals, and we're going to really, really go deep and have your image consulted. So if you want to really look like the person who can speak for your business, like even in silence, that's an opportunity that you cannot miss for so many reasons. But the most important one, I always know that it is like how it affects your pocket. And because of that, I am bringing you an opportunity that I've never had before. My clients usually afford like about $1,500 to have a consultation with me. In a group setting, that is going down to $995. However, because this is the first time I'm doing this, I'm going to give you like 50% discount for real. So it's going to go for $497. But it doesn't end here, because of course you've got to get some bonuses, right? And one of the bonus is 1 free full hour coaching call with me to align everything that you will learn throughout the program to make sure that you look exactly the way you want. So you will have the whole program plus this coaching call with me. You will have access to, okay, I'm just gonna throw it out there. There is this program that I was only gonna give this to the VIPs, but I'm gonna offer you as well. I'm gonna have to go back to the website and change that. It is the Decode the Dress Code, which is actually for people who are in the corporate world and want to step up their game for the corporate world. There's another one which is very dear to my heart. And that one, I really, really want you to have and share. It's this workshop that calls Image That Heals. And the purpose of that workshop is to help women who are suffering with depression and really struggling with their image, with how they are not loved, do not love themselves. That specific one, I'm giving out to you because I want you to share. I want you to give to anyone who you love and you know that that person needs some loving. So it's a 45-minute workshop. It's worth about $150. Like if you put all of the bonuses together, the bonuses themselves outvalue what I'm charging for the program right now. So it's really a steal. But I understand that some of you may be concerned. So because of that, I'm also adding PayPal credit, and you can pay that in 6 months. So for $197 in 6 months is under $100 every month. It's a no-brainer. I cannot have all of you. I can only have a few because this is really customized. It's I have to know you, and I'm going to be doing more of what I'm doing now with the VIPs, really exploring your needs, your wants, and helping you move on with your appearance. Okay, so I really, really want you to take this opportunity, which will be only throughout the weekend. And let me type in here so you can have access to that. To step up challenge, challenge.com/dress2express. And let me say this. I told you that I had some computer issues and struggles, and that is so real, and it was so hard for me to actually like make things happen. I have not had time to go to the website and to delete the bonuses that I was offering VIPs only. So when I finish here, because I still have to go and speak to my VIPs, I'm gonna have to go pick up my daughter at school, and I'm gonna have to like prepare lunch and do all of that. And I will not have time to go to the website and delete the bonuses that were only for the VIPs. So because of that, you're in luck, because I will, it will take me like at least 3 hours to go ahead and delete those extra bonuses that are worth $1,200. If you go there and you really register and you sign up before I have the time to go back and delete them, you will get all of the VIPs bonuses as well. Okay, that will be for another 3 hours and a half or so. It will depend on how like my family time will go after we finish here. So ladies, please get back to me, ask your questions. I want to help you. I want to go further. I want to really be with you, but you have to be with me for that to happen, right? If you do not take this step, if you do not decide to come, I cannot go there and help you. I cannot go there and really know what you need. If you come and join me, you will most likely have much more than you expect, because I will customize the program to your needs. Okay, so this is when I say goodbye, Facebookers. I'm gonna be with my VIPs for now, but I will get back here in the afternoon after I have finished with the mommy chores around here. Okay, love you. See you soon. Let me come back here. I was looking at the wrong screen, I think. This is so hard. All right. Then I have to. Are you used to dealing with 2 screens?